This week in Jamaica Now, Jamaica bracing for Hurricane Elsa. American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson tests positive for marijuana. She could miss the Tokyo Olympics. Gleaner sports editor Andre Lowe broke the story.
Also a major situation, I think, for her, a major setback.
Fatal affair, 62-year-old man convicted of killing his teen sister-in-law with whom he had a relationship. Jamaica receives 65,000 doses of the COVID vaccine. Doctors back to work after one-day sickout. And the Central Kingston worry. 2 men shot dead, 3 others injured in Rum Lane attack. I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. Jamaica is now bracing for Hurricane Elsa, expected to start affecting the island by Sunday. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management says it has alerted all agencies and parish disaster committees. Emergency managers, responders, and volunteers are also on standby. On Friday, Elsa hit the eastern Caribbean country of Barbados, peeling off roofs, downing trees, and power lines. American track and field officials are hoping that star sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson will be available for the 4x100-meter relays at this month's Olympic Games in Tokyo. Richardson has been slapped with a 1-month suspension after testing positive for cannabis at the recent U.S. Olympic trials in Eugene, Oregon. If upheld, the sanction, which was handed down by the United States Anti-Doping Agency, could see Richardson missing out on the 100 meters in Tokyo. She had booked her spot in the event with a 10.86-second win at the U.S. Olympic trials on June 19. Richardson has since apologized to her fans, saying she accepted full responsibility. She said she used the substance at a time when she was emotional after getting news that her biological mother had died. And we're now joined by Gleaner sports editor Andre Lowe, who broke the story on Thursday. Andre, how significant is this development?
As far as Sha'Carri is concerned, it's also a major situation, I think, for her, a major setback. It's her breakout year. Of course, she showed 10.77 second speed over the season, and a lot of persons were expecting her to confirm those talents at the Olympic Games and really push Shelley Fraser-Price, Dina Asher-Smith from Great Britain, and the others to a gold medal, a podium spot at the Olympic Games. So, yes, she is young, and the argument is that she will see a few more Olympics, but you never really know as far as sport is concerned. There is a lot of injuries and all of that. In an event, clearly a big opportunity lost for her, not being able to participate and compete at the Olympic Games in Tokyo in her pet event, the 100 meters.
Well, now what?
All right, so what's next, Damian? First of all, it's left to be seen whether or not Sha'Carri will in fact be added to the United States women's 4x100 meters relay team for the Olympic Games, and whether or not that 30-day sanction handed down by USADA will be challenged by World Athletics or a member federation. Now remember that the women's 4x100 meters relay starts on August 5th at the Olympic Games. That's beyond the 30-day period of eligibility for Sha'Carri Richardson. Outside of that, I think it's going to be important for her to just simply return to the circuit, and continue to confirm her times that we have seen over the last few months, and prepare herself for next season. Of course, next year is the World Championships on her home soil in Eugene, Oregon.
Jamaica on Wednesday received 65,000 doses of the COVID vaccine from Mexico. They are expected to ease the shortfall that has been facing Jamaicans, triggering anxiety among people now near their 12th week since they received their first dose. By Friday afternoon, there was chaos at the National Arena in Kingston as people turned up ahead of their time to get their second shot.
There are no police officers here on the outside to do traffic control or anything like that either. So it's just poor planning all around. So when they opened the gate, everybody was just rushing across on the parking lot to get inside because they were here waiting for many hours, and then they just opened the gate finally to let them in from being wet. And now it has caused a serious traffic problem.
Jamaica's junior doctors have reached a settlement with the government over outstanding gratuity payments and contract issues. The settlement came as doctors called in sick on Thursday. Of the 1,036 junior doctors who should have reported for work, only 47% or 488 turned up. The Southeast Regional Health Authority was the most affected region, with 78% of doctors absent. However, the Mandeville Regional Hospital in the Southern Regional Health Authority was the worst hit, with 90% of doctors reporting sick. The elderly man convicted this week for killing a teenage girl admitted that they were secretly having a sexual relationship while he was married to her sister. Court documents revealed that 62-year-old Winston Jarrett indicated to investigators that he was taking care of the victim, 18-year-old Jelana White. But Jarrett said he was not pleased that she was involved with other men and kept lying to him about it. Jarrett also detailed in a caution statement and a question and answer session with detectives how he confronted White after trailing her in a taxi from St. Anne to Duncan's in Trelawney on the night of January 24 last year. The confessed killer disclosed that he took her to an area called Silver Sands and questioned her about their relationship before he felt a vibe to kill her. Jarrett pleaded guilty in the Trelawney Circuit Court on Wednesday and will be sentenced on July 15 by Chief Justice Brian Sykes. The worry in the Central Kingston Police Division deepened on Friday when 2 more men were killed in a daring shooting on Rum Lane. This is the latest killing in the police division, which has recorded 37 murders up to July 1 this year. Residents were in anguish as the bodies of 24-year-old Ian Tiki Reed and 28-year-old O'Shane Watson lay on the ground. 3 other men were shot. Notorious Tavern St. Andrew man Christopher Dogpaw Linton is recovering after being shot by gunmen. The police say Linton was among a group of 4 men wounded by unknown assailants in the Cane River area of Bull Bay in the parish shortly after 8 p.m. on Saturday. The police said Linton was shot in the upper body. He and the other men were treated at hospital. Linton has been notorious for almost a decade. In 2013, he and another man, Micah Allen, were found guilty of gun charges and each sentenced to 15 years in prison for illegal possession of a firearm and 15 years for shooting with intent. But in April this year, they were freed by the Court of Appeal. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. Like this video on our YouTube page, subscribe today and turn on your notifications. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, dying would have been better. How renal patient Carmelita Clark is coping with expensive dialysis treatment.
I have a renal problem. You see, each time I walk out, you notice I'm breathing short because I have not been dialyzed for this week. I dialyzed from last Wednesday, but I could not afford to dialyze on Saturday because each dialysis costs $10,200. Twice per week. I cannot afford it. I didn't know anything about renal problem. Nothing at all. Maybe if I'd known about renal problem and the expense that comes with it, I wouldn't have done the surgery. They put about something, a catheter, they call it, and they put it inside. They put it inside. That's where the treatment come through. That's where the treatment comes through. When I go to diabetic, they string attach me to the machine. I notice if I walk from there to here, I have shorter breath. I cannot breathe. I went to KPH and they told me that I should go to the nearest clinic. As I was leaving to come out, a young doctor stopped me and said, "Stretch out your hands." I stretched out my hands and he said, "Your hands them yellowing." And that is when I noticed that my hands were yellow. You see, he said you have low blood count. And 2 days time, he admitted me then, and 2 days time they did the surgery.